Last episode, Chelsea picked up form and took Villarreal into our new football group, and now we set sights on some big wins this time around. Hey, what's going on, guys? Respected Jeff here with another episode in this Chelsea career. Still second place, despite stuttering form. Liverpool running rampant in the league at the moment. 61 points, only one loss all season, so title hopes not exactly intact, but we are still doing all right compared to the rest of the pack here. I also got a new in-game face for Fikayo Tomori, which is really cool. Hopefully we'll see some more minutes from him in the coming games or seasons, really, as he grows into a role there. We do have players ahead of him in the defensive pecking order. With that said, it's time for the new event for the episode. Eden Hazard has come calling for a second time, still not fitting in during his time at Real Madrid, and has once again spoke to the press about his desire to come back to Chelsea and play at Stamford Bridge again. Now this is all going to be dependent on budget, but we would like to see a push for him. Obviously the board tried to make it happen last season, didn't come through, but with a lot of injuries in the squad, Abraham's still out, Havertz just getting back from injury, maybe we could use a little bit of attacking firepower. I'm not sure exactly where we could use players, but for the time being, we have to take on Manchester United, and we got to make do with what we got here. I'm sticking with 5 at the back because we're still so defensively suspect. A lot of our attacking options are out injured, so I think Havertz, Werner up top, along with Ziyech out on the wing, will be our best bet. So with that said, let's get to the game against Manchester United. Alright, here we go, straight into action. Our first game of the episode, and a big one at that. Manchester United pushing us for some of those top spots in the division this season, and it's going to come down to the end of this long year to see who takes some of those positions here. We still do hold second, but like I said earlier in the episode, results really starting to slip as of late, and we'll hope that we can kind of right the ship here. We had such a strong start to the season, but with Liverpool sort of running away with it, I think it's going to be a best of the rest sort of situation to see who can finish in the rest of those top 4 spots, and as long as we can get Champions League again for next season, I think we'll have to make do with what we have and just keep our season going here. Fantastic challenge coming in from Zuma, who's probably been our bright spot defensively, really along with Declan Rice probably. I know he hasn't been playing in the back line, but his heroics in the center of the pitch in midfield have really protected our back line at times. Ball out wide here with Chilwell, who puts in a dangerous one and a really risky clearance there from, I think it was Wan-Bissaka in the Manchester United back line. Sees that one out just over the goal. Manchester United's turn to get forward. Header down at goal. Bruno Fernandes finds himself one-on-one with Mendy, who keeps it out. Might have been offsides anyways, but great play from the goalkeeper nonetheless. Timo Werner now lays it off for Havertz. Clever little return past the two Germans linking up and doing well, but it didn't quite come off for them here. Havertz actually the one who's starting up top this time with Werner out wide. I know that hasn't really worked out for him in real life, but it has worked wonders for us in FIFA. Mendy making another great save here, really starting to turn his form around this season. He had a bunch of huge mistakes earlier in the season, but he's doing much, much better here. Caught off his line a little bit. Upamecano had it covered, and Martial drags the shot wide of goal anyways. It's been a pretty even match so far. Manchester United honestly maybe had a little bit of an edge here, but neither team has had a great opportunity as of yet, and so far our defensive plan is working out well here. Kai Havertz taking the ball into space and looking for a little bit of an option in the box. No one ahead of him. Chilwell looks to lay it off it again, and this time Bailly wins that ball back, and Van de Beek gets the ball forwards for Fernandes. Manchester United breaking here, and we have numbers forward. We are being caught out here. Bruno Fernandes still driving forward. Terrible defending. Martial clean through in space, and a shot blocked by Zuma. How about that? Lovely stuff from our center back. Well, something's got to give here. Substitutions coming on. N'Golo Kante also freshly back from injury. We'll be hoping that he can help us out in midfield, and he slips through a ball for Timo Werner. Lovely challenge to take the ball off of his feet. And Manchester United back in our direction again. Been pretty end-to-end. And this time, it's a beautiful ball played through Rashford on it, and Mendy is out there even quicker. Goalkeeper keeping us in this game. Absolutely outstanding performance from Edward Mendy. Manchester United, so much possession here, and honestly, it's at this point I can feel the game starting to go against us. You just get that feel with momentum. I cannot win the ball back to save my life here. I'm flying in with challenges, can't get the ball off their feet. They keep passing around, and then finally, Vardy with a really clever turn to beat Zuma in the box, and he finishes. Manchester United take all 3 points this time around, and that one hurts. I thought we played very well defensively, shut out the majority of their chances. They had a couple good ones, but again, it's just not good enough. We had almost no attacking threat, and this team is really struggling with injuries so far at this point in the season. So that's going to be a really harsh 3 points against us, and we got to pick this form back up. Things starting to really not look good with a couple of these stringing together now. All right, well, Andre Onana continuing to complain about his lack of minutes. This time his contract, he's saying that we didn't renegotiate it. He never sent a message in the first place. It's been a problem with him in the squad this season. He really has not lived up to expectations at Chelsea. Mendy has started to turn it around. I've got a couple goalkeepers that I'm keeping an eye on here in case that we need to make a signing in January. I'd like to stick it out the rest of the season, but we'll see what happens. N'Golo Kante freshly back from injury and ready to start making an impact. He wants to start this next game against Manchester City nonetheless too, so we'll hope he's up for it for sure. It's going to be a tough matchup for us. So we get into the match here, and if you guys ever want to take a more detailed look at the squad and all the players in it, go to respectedjeff.com. You can click on the Chelsea section and check out all of our players, all of their stats, and give me recommendations on who you'd like to see us sign. We're coming to the end of January here, and we have some cash to spend, so let's see what we can do there. Manchester City up next. All right, well, last game not good enough. Chance to right that against the other half of Manchester here, Manchester City. Our next opponent's home at Stamford Bridge, and we'll be hoping for a better result. Came down to the wire in the last game, and we just didn't quite have enough attacking threat, so I'm pairing up Havertz and Werner up top with Abraham and a bunch of other attacking talent out injured. I think this is our best bet here. N'Golo Kante getting forwards and making the start here after requesting it coming back from injury, so we'll hope he can capitalize. Arguably one of the best players in the squad, so it'll be great to have him back. And especially pairing Kante along with Declan Rice in the center of the pitch, I think is going to help us out defensively a lot, and maybe we can start to transition back to a back four once we stabilize the defense a little bit. I mean, we definitely have stopped conceding as many goals, and if it wasn't for that late goal by Manchester United, honestly, I thought we did a pretty good job keeping them at bay for the most of last match. We'll have to see if we can keep that up with a switch in formation. Chilwell, ton of space here. Can he pick out the right pass, cutting it back? Manchester City play out from the back and make it look pretty easy there, lofting the ball forwards. And they have a bit of possession here now, but Declan Rice getting forwards and winning the ball back. How about that, Declan Rice? I seriously think he's up for player of the season. He has been outstanding every single game that he's played this season. He just wins the ball back and makes it look so easy in the process. Long term, I could see him as a center back, but I think for the time being, with the way our defense is, he's actually even better in protecting the back four just in front of them. I think we can use his talents a little bit more there. Ziyech doing really well to chest the ball down. Great close control, and he's away now, flying down the wing. What can Hakim Ziyech do? Cutting it back inside on his favorite left foot. Lovely ball over the top looking for Kante, and it's just a little too far towards Ederson, who snags it out of the air, but that's what Ziyech can do. Great vision, an almost inch-perfect pass there. Aguero now getting forwards though and slips one through. Kovacic almost coming back to bite us. Mendy makes another save, and that's much better from the goalkeeper. Despite conceding one in the last episode, that really wasn't down to him. He made some outstanding saves, and he looks to be back to top form. Boy, do we need that. Chelsea really hanging on for results here. Manchester City, good little bit of possession here. Zinchenko slips one inside for Aguero. Lovely finish. Even better pass from the left back. How about that to sneak one through? Clever little reverse. Sent the entire defense the wrong way, and no one picked him up at center back. Upamecano maybe not doing great there to not pick it up. He comes off regardless. It wasn't because of the goal, but Zaha's coming on now. We need more attacking threat up top. We just got to switch in formation here. I'm going to a back four. Let's see if we can't change the game here. N'Golo Kante getting it forwards, but nothing comes of that move. Manchester City keep up the pressure here. Sterling on the wing, and Declan Rice out there to cover it, winning the ball back again. He has no right to even be in that position, helping out all over the pitch and doing well to cover all the way even back at right back here. Hakim Ziyech lays it back off. Rice, lovely build-up play here from Chelsea. Kai Havertz cutting inside with some tricky footwork. And now Ziyech lays it back off. Reece James, lovely run. Oh, what a goal from Chelsea. Kante finishes the move. Grab that ball. Let's go. We're looking for more. And that is lovely stuff from the entire team. Great play all over the pitch. Quick one-touch passes. Great vision. Ziyech pulling the strings as usual out of the center of the pitch. A lovely cross from Reece James. And N'Golo Kante, not the man you'd expect to be on the end of the cross, but he gets a good foot on it. Great contact and a great goal from a man who's just coming back from injury and looks to be already working at 100% here. Wilfried Zaha getting forwards now. Can Chelsea make it to Zaha? Looking to cut inside, and it's a poor touch away from him. Zaha definitely disappointing this season. Hasn't been a huge flop or anything like that. I think we have some worse players in the squad. I think Pulisic, probably the one who's the biggest culprit in terms of that. But I did expect a little bit more from Zaha in terms of his production in the final third. He's had an assist or two, maybe a couple goals, but I think for the type of signing he was, and especially the fact that he had both Abraham and Havertz out and got a ton of starts in a row, just couldn't capitalize and really failed to make his mark on the squad in a big way. So I think when everything is said and done, we're still going to have a front line of Werner, Havertz, and probably Abraham up top. if I had my choice of the bunch from the starting 11. Hopefully everyone can stay fit. Time winding down now, whistle blows, and Manchester City hold Chelsea to a point. It's a draw for these two teams. Not too bad, all said and done, but Werner looks to have picked up an injury here at the end of the match, and hopefully that won't pile onto the squad. Hopefully it's a light one, and we'll have to see what happens there. All right, well, do or die time here. We're going to see what happened. And unfortunately, Timo Werner out for 3 months. We cannot catch a break. Just when some of our players are finally coming back, probably our star player of the season goes out for 3 months. That's a huge, huge blow to the team, especially at a time when we're not getting our best results. And I was just thinking about transitioning back to a more offensive formation. And now we have probably our star 2 players up top out. Abraham's still out for a month and a half. Timo Werner out for 3. We might have to dive into the market, guys. Things are not looking good. Obviously, we have Barbosa coming through the ranks, but he's just not ready to lead the line. 70 overall, and we can't put too much pressure on him. Hudson-Odoi just went out on loan. Pulisic has really not looked good at all. Zaha's been disappointing. Havertz just coming back from injury, but he's not enough to just do it all alone. In the meantime, we have a transfer offer coming in for Andre Onana. I'm going to take it, even though it is technically to a rival. I would prefer to not sell to Arsenal, but look at the money they're about to give us for him. Let's try to negotiate just a little bit more. Looks like they are desperate for a keeper. I'm going to go for 43 million, just see if we can get that. He's not going to bolster their squad in any huge way if the deal goes through. 82 overall. I think I'm fine selling a player of that caliber to a rival, and hopefully we'll get some good money in the process. So the deal looks to have gone through. We'll see if we actually end up getting our money, if they can work out a deal with the player himself. We only have 31. No, actually, you know what, guys? I'm an idiot. So for the longest time, I thought we had 31 million. We had like 2 million in wage budget. So if we drag that over, we actually have closer to 80 to spend, which makes a huge difference. And that really changes my perception on the season. Really novice mistake there. But we can actually make some meaningful signings in the market. And we'll have to take a look and see who we think we can sign, especially I feel like we could probably use an attacking player at this point. So for this cup game, we will just get to it. I'm not going to make any signings right away. We'll have to evaluate the squad a little bit here. Barbosa gets the start again. He's impressed big time since signing this season. Theo Jaggi, the middle of the pitch. Hugo Hawkins in the back line. A bunch of our academy players out here and ready to make an impact. With that said, we take on Millwall. Alright, well, after turning things around in the league last episode, it's been another stutter in form, a loss against Manchester United, draw against Manchester City, and we are looking to turn things around here. Millwall is a side we are absolutely expected to beat, so I expect nothing less than a significant victory here, even with some of our youth players in the lineup. Theo Jaggi getting caught out early on there, gives away a free kick, and Wallace hits it off the crossbar. Onana actually gets the start in this game. If the deal with Arsenal doesn't go through, I'm trying to right his form a little bit so we can get as much money as possible for him. And if not, I mean, honestly, I would like to see him make a comeback in the starting 11, but we have bigger problems than that. Millwall grabbing a goal here, the first goal of the game, 1-0. We just can't seem to get a grip in games here. Pulisic given the start on the wing, like I said earlier, so disappointing this season, gives the ball away again there. He has such potential, but that potential dropping off significantly with 2 very unimpressive seasons with the club, and honestly, we might be looking to see if we can't get some money for him elsewhere if he's looking for a move. Barbosa, on the other hand, making a huge impression in his first couple games at Chelsea, gives the ball away there, but always looks lively on the ball. Onana out there to grab that, and we play out from the back now. Looks like the new in-game face for Fikayo Tomori, for whatever reason, gave him an afro in the real game scenario here. That definitely does not look like him from a distance, but I assure you it is Tomori in the back line. I'll see if I can't fix that or find a new face mod later on. But play on here. Barbosa slips through Ziyech, running out of the middle of the pitch, and he finds the equalizer for Chelsea. 1-1, and Barbosa at the heart of it, driving forwards, and has the vision to pick it out, linking up really well with Hakim Ziyech there. Another player who's been hugely impressive this season and honestly carried the team at times when we need it the most. Maybe he could be our solution to some of the attacking problems that we have with players out. We will find out. Tomori doing well to win the ball back. And played out from the back now, Chelsea, Mason Mount, lovely flick. Another one who's starting to impress more and more as the season goes on here. Maybe still not a guaranteed starter, but with Loftus-Cheek out on loan, he will be sure to be the first one off of our bench at almost all times here. Barbosa, lovely shot from distance, peppers the hands of the goalkeeper. Barbosa looking impressive once again here. Mason Mount plays it through. Pulisic, across the face of goal, cleared away by that Millwall backline. And Chelsea looking to keep up the pressure, but Theo Jaggi gives the ball away here. Millwall looking to go back in our direction. Tavares closing the ball down. He's looking to force Millwall into a mistake, and that happens right away. Ziyech winning the ball back, plays it through. Barbosa, first touch is excellent, and the finish is even better. Flavio Barbosa, outstanding talent, and this guy really could be the real deal. Like I said, I'm not trying to put too much pressure on him, especially with his debut season here, and he's so young, still 16 years of age, but we look to have a world-class talent here. He's really impressing for a top team already, and doing bits against teams. Obviously, some of these teams a little smaller than others. Millwall are hardly like a world beater, but he's got to take the chances that he's given, and he has done that so far. Zaha trying to make something happen, a little bit of flair up top, but can't quite make that one come off for him. And again, another disappointing player for us. Between him and Pulisic, honestly, our wingers have just not looked that great. And we'll hope Hudson-Odoi can learn a little bit out on loan and come back and be a starter, because without that, we just look to be in serious doubt going forwards. We're out of ideas, and outside of a few sparks of creativity from some of our top players this season, we just don't look to have a ton going on here. Another shot there by Barbosa. He really has an eye for goal. Not everything has come off for him so far, but with time, I'm expecting he will settle those down a little bit. Ziyech flicks it through for Mason Mount, lays it off. Barbosa, oh, how about that for some footwork? And he has a shot straight at the goalkeeper. Doesn't trouble him too much, but he really did the hard part of getting the shot off in the first place, and we've seen just what he can do here. Ziyech lays it off. Zaha waiting for a run here, and it doesn't quite come, but he finds Barbosa, flicks it through. The give and go here, and Ziyech dragged just outside the box, doesn't come off again. Chelsea narrow lead here, but we still push forwards. 2-1 remains the scoreline, and Barbosa linking up well with Mason Mount. And again, Flavio Barbosa, top of the box, still going. Huge threat he's been all afternoon, and another shot at goal. A little push maybe after that shot there, but no call is given. An easy enough save for the goalkeeper. The opposition team here, Pulisic driving forwards. Maybe one more opportunity for Chelsea. Only a couple seconds remaining. Barbosa looking to slip it through, finds Pulisic, and looks to play it through again. Can't pick out the feet of Ziyech running onto it, but we see the game out. So we're going through to the next round of the FA Cup. Reigning champs in the FA Cup as well as the EFL Cup from last season. But the talk of the town here is Flavio Barbosa and his great performance once again for Chelsea. Alright, so we move on with the season. Hopefully that can turn our fortunes around a little bit. Again, I feel like I keep saying that, but hopefully this can be sustainable for us. Andre Onana has been sold, so that was his last performance in a Chelsea jersey. Honestly, not a bad way to go out. He did okay in that last match, following some horrendous performances earlier in this season and last season. Never clicked for him, but hopefully he goes on to have a good career elsewhere. With that sale, though, we are up to 115 million to spend, so this could be a significant impact to the squad at a time where it's starting to look like we might need it. So let me know who you guys think we should sign. In the meantime, if you want to get more active and get involved with some of the discussions I'm having behind the scenes, go check out patreon.com/respectthejeff. We're starting to build a really solid coaching staff of people who have good input on things, and I'm sharing little behind the scenes stuff like the kits I'm making or faces I'm working on to get everyone's opinions. So if you want to be a part of that, go check it out, and I hope to see you soon in our Discord channel. In the meantime, we got to figure out who to sign, guys. So we got the money. I don't know who's going to realistically make a move in January in terms of top players. You know, I have a lot of long-term targets in here. People like Koulibaly aren't going to move away from Bayern in the January window without much of a reason, especially to a Chelsea side that's kind of struggling at the moment. Other players like Jadon Sancho, he's been linked in real life. He's a Chelsea fan. Maybe this is a good time for him to make a move again. Maybe January isn't a realistic timeline to make that happen. We could go in for him, but realistically, he's going to cost closer to 200 million than 100, so it's probably out of our budget regardless. We've got other ex-Chelsea players. Lamptey we could bring back. I don't know if he's going to immediately improve the team though, so that again might be one for the future more. I mean, Eden Hazard seems to be the obvious choice too. We have this little storyline where he's calling to come back to Chelsea after continuing to struggle at Real Madrid, so we could definitely put an offer in for him if you guys would like to see him. I'm a little worried about signing too many attacking talents. I'm not sure where Werner fits in if we have Abraham come back from injury then, if we also have Hazard. It's kind of a headache to try to pick out this squad. Quick reminder, you can always go to respectthejeff.com and check out the squad, then let me know in the comments based off of all the stats you can see there who you think we could use as a signing. Zakaria is another option. I mean, I think if we could improve the defense a little bit, it might free us up going forwards. Lukaku's another option. We have a lot of names here. If I've missed any and you guys think we should be targeting other players, definitely feel free to let me know. I'm totally open to suggestions. I don't have anyone in mind, but with the January window coming to a close, I'll probably have to make a signing next episode if we want anyone this season. We went in for Zapata earlier with kind of a low bid. We could go in again if we feel like we could use a striker. Like I've been saying, though, let me know in the comments what you guys think. That is the end of this episode. Next up, we take on Spurs in the semifinals of the EFL Cup. This is going to be a huge match for us, and hopefully we can go through again and defend our title, really, or defend the trophy at least for the EFL Cup. That will come next episode, though. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please consider subscribing if you've been enjoying the content, and I'll be back soon with next episode. But until then, I'm Respect the Jeff, and I'll see you next time.